He ought to be following the rules, which means you don't ditch your protection, which he does. You don't use the protection to drive your family around when you're not there, which he does. And you treat the detectives with some sort of respect.
So this is a story that I've been working on. About a month and a half ago, Dory Monson came to me all fired up about a text that we've gotten from a source who was complaining about, or not complaining, but just kind of wanted to raise the alarm about some abuse of the Executive Protection Unit at the Sheriff's Office by the King County Executive Dow Constantine.
It was about 2 years ago when King County Sheriff's deputies started reaching out to me. And I say deputies plural because there was a growing frustration. And what they were telling me, I almost could not believe. But they said the King County Executive, Dow Constantine, uses sheriff's deputies as a security detail as his personal private Uber when he goes out drinking at night and for other things on and off the job related.
We checked source out and they were very credible. We went to 3 different locations to kind of see what that abuse looked like. And basically the protection, these really highly trained detectives are supposed to be protecting Constantine in case of an emergency. If, someone tries to attack him, they're there on the scene to help him. But what's happening in many cases is that he's having a meeting at a bar and he doesn't want them at the bar or the restaurant. He wants them down the street or, in their cars, could be miles away.
The term has been used that he uses them as an Uber. And at times, not always, but at times, I think that's true.
Basically what that looks like is he's dropped off at a location and then he goes in by himself and then the driver, just much like the rest of us in Seattle when there's no parking, they're shoot away in the 3 minutes parking zone, so they have to go around the block trying to find a place to basically park the car while the King County executive is in a bar or in a restaurant, and so then when he's ready to be picked up, then they chauffeur around and to come pick him up. We had to show our hand with a PDR request is a public disclosure request. And basically we wanted to get information like how much does this cost to taxpayers, in the past and right now? How much are we spending? And also we wanted to get these emails because we had heard from this source that, detectives themselves were referring to themselves as Uber.
Yes.
They were feeling like an Uber service instead of the very highly trained, specially trained officers who are literally putting their lives on the line.
Gathering information for stories like this can always be difficult just because there's a lot of bureaucracy involved in requesting records from people. In the case of this story, we requested records back in March, April, I believe. So throughout the process, we went back and forth with people in King County Sheriff's Public Disclosure Request Department.
There's an atmosphere that would suggest many fear a witch hunt because of your expose on this.
I think there's a culture in the sheriff's office right now of retaliation, and certainly I feel the same way. I want my voice disguised because I don't want to be retaliated against by Dow.
Really, at this point, we've put facts together, and it's up to the taxpayer to kind of decide. It's really expensive to live in King County. Is this a good source of our tax dollars?